What happens when you put Caitlin Clark at Madison Square Garden with NBA legends and give her a microphone? Pure magic. Caitlin didn't hold back during her incredible NBA on NBC debut. While WNBA veterans are busy making impossible demands and killing the league's momentum with terrible CBA proposals, Clark is out here showing everyone exactly why she's the future of basketball. She's not just bridging the gap between the WNBA and the NBA, she's erasing it completely. And the jealous older players who've spent the last 2 years trying to dim her light? They are about to learn what real star power looks like. Are you excited to see Caitlin regularly on NBC? Let me know in the comments below. Clark didn't stop her. She challenged Jamal Crawford to a friendly game on NBC. You might be surprised by who wins, but just know this, she was shooting from the logo. The game of NBC, that played with on horse, started with Jamal Crawford looking confident. This is a 3-time NBA Sixth Man of the Year, a player whose handles made defenders look foolish for over a decade. Crawford walked onto that NBC set, thinking he was about to give Caitlin Clark a basketball lesson on national television. You could see it in his smile, that relaxed swagger of someone who's played with and against the best players in the world. If our roster could hold one more, it'd be a WNBA All-Star, Caitlin Clark. And guess what? We had our own Jamal Crawford and Zora Stevenson. Welcome her in the NBC way. Some call it PIG, some call it horse, a kid's game. Today, we're calling it NBC. Alright, house rules are set. Who gets the first shot? You go first. Left-handed free throw. That's crazy. Wow. This could go anywhere. Laughter. Clark stepped up to take her first shot knowing millions of people were watching. One bad miss, and she would have become a meme by morning. The pressure was real. Music. This wasn't Iowa's Carver Hawkeye Arena, where every fan adored her. This wasn't Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where Fever fans chant her name. This was live television, with NBA legends watching every move. Okay, there we go. Cash. Nope, it is. Zora's in trouble. Under the leg, Laird. I see something. Yes. Yes. Then she started firing from her signature range. Those logo threes that made her famous. The same shots that shattered college basketball records and carried Iowa to back-to-back national championship games. Clark stepped back to what NBC called Caitlin range, and let it fly like she was still wearing that Iowa jersey. Her form never changed, feet set, smooth follow-through, perfect. The ball rotated with that familiar backspin. That's the one. Sure. No, no, no. Laughter. Do you believe in magic or what? I know you create some all the time. This is for the game. This is for the game. Alright. Their shot. Literally a 0% chance you make this again. That's our welcome to NBC moment. There we go. Feeling it. She knew it right away. Oh, this could be a quick NBC. Wow. The warm-up was mine. The win? Oh. Alright. An ugly night is coming. Oh. Crawford tried to match her from those distances. You could see him thinking about it, measuring the shot, knowing he needed to hit from way outside his comfort zone. Most NBA players don't regularly practice shots from the logo, they don't need to. But Clark lives out there. She's been making those shots since high school, turning impossible attempts into routine makes. Clears throat, in. Guess what? In a game, that would still count as a point. It would. It absolutely would. Can you get this out of the net? Laughter. Now he's talking trash. Oh. Okay. Oh. There we go. Not at all. I don't like that. Yep. 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 He's nervous. Game. The banter between them made everything better. Clark was cracking jokes, trading one-liners with an NBA legend like they've been friends for years. No intimidation. Just pure confidence. She belonged in that moment, and everyone watching could feel it. Crawford was laughing, clearly enjoying her personality just as much as her shooting ability. You like to double down, that's good. Alright. Okay. One leg. Tie game. Short. Yeah. All right. Surely good. Yeah. All right. And B. That looks good too. Okay. Okay. Well, here comes B. All right. All right. B, here we go. Crawford kept trying to keep up, but Clark's comfort shooting from distances that make most players nervous became obvious to everyone watching. Half-court shots looked routine. Logo threes were automatic. She was playing a different game than everyone else, operating from ranges that seemed impossible. Boom. All right, let's end it. And your laughter. Good job. Great job. Whoa, that was hot. The result didn't matter once the viral clips started spreading. Clark had proven she could hold her own against NBA royalty in front of a national audience. She showed personality, skill, and confidence that had basketball fans talking for days. The moment cemented her status as basketball's most entertaining personality, someone who could succeed on any stage the sport has to offer. Clark stepped into Madison Square Garden, carrying herself like she'd been broadcasting NBA games for years. The confidence wasn't fake or forced. She genuinely belonged on that NBC set, surrounded by basketball legends. When she walked onto the court for basketball night in America, something shifted. You could feel it through the TV screen. Here's a 24-year-old who just wrapped up her second WNBA season, sitting next to Hall of Fame players like Carmelo Anthony and Reggie Miller. Everyone watching wondered if she could handle this level of pressure. The bright lights at MSG hit different. The history in that building weighs on people, but not Clark. It's a different type of buzz. Obviously, when LeBron comes to town, it's probably really different, but Knicks fans are crazy, and I love it. I love people who are passionate about basketball. It's pretty incredible. You kind of know them inside and out a little bit, Reggie. You've stolen their souls and their hearts. Well, listen. First of all, there's a new shooter from Indiana. I'm the third best shooter in the state now. It goes Caitlin, Tyrese, and then me. You'll have to get Tyrese's opinion on that. She immediately started describing the MSG atmosphere with the kind of detail that made veteran broadcasters lean forward. As a player, this is when you feel the atmosphere the most, when you're out on the court warming up. There's just a different type of buzz. When LeBron comes to town, it's probably really different, but Knicks fans are crazy, and I love it. I love passionate basketball fans. It's incredible. The way she broke down what makes that arena special showed she understands basketball at every level. She wasn't just talking about noise or crowd size, she was explaining how players actually experience those moments while warming up. That's insider knowledge you can't fake. Because one of the things he said was, "I'm thinking in my mind, let's keep them quiet." Have you ever gone into a big game with that mindset, like walking into the arena? Well, I feel fortunate that in a lot of the arenas we go into, a lot of people are cheering for our team, which is pretty nice. Clark joked about needing stilts to match the height of her co-hosts, but her basketball IQ was already dominating everyone in the room. She connected with Knicks fans by shouting out their energy. The passion she showed for basketball supporters revealed why she understands the game better than most people twice her age. Her comfort on live, unscripted television was obvious immediately. Every question thrown her way was handled with ease. No stammering. No long pauses. No awkward moments. She spoke like someone who'd been doing this for decades, not someone making her debut. Clark's ability to break down NBA plays while connecting them to her own game created moments that had analysts scrambling to keep up. When LeBron James attempted a logo three during the game, the announcer said, "Caitlin Clark's in the house tonight, so he might as well try a logo three, right?" After James missed badly, they added, "Caitlin will take care of that." Even NBA broadcasts were revolving around her presence. "I mean, look, Caitlin Clark's in the house tonight, so we might as well try a logo three, right? Caitlin will take care of that." She proved she could analyze professional basketball at the highest level while relating those concepts to her own experiences. Her insights weren't surface-level observations. They were deep breakdowns that showed she studies the game constantly. Clark didn't just survive her MSG debut, she dominated it. She proved she's ready for any stage basketball has to offer. The cameras loved her, the audience responded to her, and the analysts respected her knowledge. Her media takeover was just getting started. Clark casually dropped Luka Doncic's name like she was talking about the weather. The NBA analysts around the table weren't ready for a WNBA player to mention one of the league's biggest superstars as someone she actively studies. Their faces said everything. Here was a WNBA player putting herself in the same conversation as a guy who averages 30-point triple-doubles. Yeah, I'm curious, Caitlin. You said it's your first Knicks game, but I know you watch the league. You love basketball. Is there a player you watch more closely? Someone whose game you'd want to add to yours? Man, I think Luka. I mean, Luka's amazing. He's incredible. The way he can not only score the ball, but also pass. She didn't name-drop Luka for attention. Clark broke down exactly what she learns from watching him play. She explained how Luka manipulates defenders and creates space in ways most players never master. Clark said he's not the fastest. He's not the most athletic. But he gets defenders to move where he wants them to go, takes up that space, and does a great job of keeping defenders behind him or to his side. Her analysis went deeper than surface observations. She admitted her own weakness and explained how Luka's approach could help fix it. I think that's something I can certainly learn from. I always kind of want to run away from the defense rather than absorbing contact and taking up the space they give me. That's elite-level self-awareness. She added that Luka averages something like a 30-point triple-double and makes it look easy, but promised it's not actually that easy. Her breakdown of Luka's step-back technique showed she studies basketball at a level most players never reach. She praised his all-around impact, calling him amazing and incredible, highlighting his ability to score and pass at an elite level. Carmelo Anthony jumped in with his own comparison. It would be Luka for me. The way you play in open court, your vision, the ability to shoot at the drop of a dime, pull up from half court, you keep the defense guessing every time. Even NBA legends were connecting the dots between Clark's game and Luka's brilliance. To me, she nailed it. It would be Luka. You see the vision, the shooting, the pull-ups from deep. You keep defenders in jail in the pick and roll, and understand how to operate out of it. You have that. You really do. The similarities became obvious once Clark explained them. Both control tempo through basketball IQ, rather than raw athleticism. Both make teammates better through creative passing. Both can pull up from anywhere without warning. Both manipulate defenses through positioning and court vision. Clark comparing herself to an NBA superstar wasn't arrogance. It was honesty about how she approaches the game. Luka himself has previously called Clark the woman Steph Curry. The mutual respect between these elite players showed Clark operates on a different level than typical WNBA comparisons. When asked about year 3 of her career, Clark talked about how her body has changed since Iowa, how the league is more physical, and how she's focused on getting stronger. She mentioned only playing 13 games last season, her excitement to get back on the court, the work she's put in, and USA basketball coming up. She sounded focused, grounded, and hungry. By citing Luka as her inspiration, Clark proved she's not just playing women's basketball, she's playing basketball at the highest possible level. The basketball world finally understood she sees no ceiling for her game. She studies the best players on the planet and adapts their techniques to her own style. While Clark was charming NBA legends at Madison Square Garden, jealous WNBA veterans were busy trying to blow up their own league. The same weekend she was proving herself on national television, veteran players were making impossible demands that could cancel the entire 2025 season. The timing couldn't have been worse, or more revealing. These players spent 2 years trying to erase Clark's impact, fouling her harder than necessary, dismissing her achievements, complaining about new fans, acting like she was ruining their exclusive club instead of saving it from irrelevance. Now they are willing to destroy the entire league, rather than admit she's the reason people care about women's basketball again. The WNBA Players Association negotiations exposed just how disconnected these veterans are from reality. They are demanding 30% of gross revenue when the league barely turns a profit. Most teams lose money every year. The league survives because NBA owners subsidize it out of goodwill. These players want to negotiate like they're LeBron James while playing in half-empty arenas that Clark single-handedly filled. The CBA situation is so bad it's heading toward a lockout. No progress. No movement. Honestly, nothing. We get weekly emails from the Players Association side, and honestly, it's just dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. The conflict of interest gets even worse when you look deeper. Veterans like Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier own rival leagues while pretending to negotiate in good faith for the WNBA. They are literally competing against their own employer. How are they supposed to fight for the WNBA's future when they are financially invested in alternative basketball leagues? Their public statements reveal the jealousy that's been eating at them since Clark arrived. They attack new fans for not knowing enough basketball history. They dismiss Clark's record-breaking achievements as media hype. They act like the increased attention and revenue happened by accident. The old guard refuses to admit that one player changed everything for their sport. Some of the rhetoric coming from their side has been troubling. When a deal is presented that includes over $1 million in max salary and revenue sharing, they call it a slap in the face. Use different words. I worry the players are reaching a point where they are losing public support. If you're working any job and the max salary is $1, $2 million with an average of $500,000, it's fine to say it's not fair, but don't call it a slap in the face. Clark's messaging around reaching a deal couldn't be more different from the veteran's destructive approach. She talks about wanting to play and hoping everyone can work something out. She doesn't make threats or ultimatums. She doesn't attack owners or the league structure. Clark acts like someone who wants the WNBA to succeed instead of someone trying to burn it down. The veterans' sabotage campaign is exposing them as the real threat to women's basketball growth. They had decades to build the WNBA into something special. They failed. Clark accomplished more in 2 seasons than they did in entire careers. Now they are trying to destroy what she built because their egos can't handle being irrelevant. Fans are choosing sides, and it's not close. They are supporting the player who actually grows the game instead of the ones trying to tear it apart. Clark represents the future. The jealous veterans represent everything wrong with the WNBA's past. God gave you a gift, and now you're rejecting it. You should be thankful. I appreciate you, Caitlin. Because of you, I eat better. You got paid. You got a signature shoe. I'm a 2-time MVP. I'm a champion. The level of animosity toward the person feeding you is wild. She's feeding players in arenas they never filled on their own. So honestly, shut up. You couldn't do it. Accept it. Benefit from it. Be happy. Clark's NBC success shows what the WNBA could become if jealous veterans stopped sabotaging their own league. While the old guard fights to protect a failing system nobody cared about before Clark arrived, she's building the future of basketball media. Her natural ability on television opens doors that could completely transform how the WNBA reaches new audiences. Clark's crossover appeal between WNBA and NBA fans creates opportunities the league never had before. She's bringing millions of new viewers who discovered women's basketball through her college career and rookie season. These fans follow her everywhere: Fever games, NBC broadcasts, social media. The league has never had a player who pulls NBA attention like this. Players like Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham, and Kelsey Mitchell are following Clark's lead. They focus on growth instead of grievance. They engage new fans instead of attacking them. They understand that bringing people into the sport helps everyone. Looking ahead to negotiations, Clark said this isn't just a big moment for the WNBA. It's a big moment for all of women's sports. She expressed confidence that a deal will get done, noting the league's growth, new teams, upcoming free agency, and a normal draft cycle. She acknowledged the work left to do, but remained optimistic that both sides would reach an agreement. That optimism shows Clark understands compromise better than union leadership. No threats about sitting out seasons. No ultimatums over impossible revenue demands. She acts like someone who wants the league to succeed. Her media presence is already attracting sponsors that benefit every player. Nike gave her the biggest rookie deal in WNBA history. Gatorade signed her to a massive endorsement. Corporate partners are investing in women's basketball because of Clark's star power. Every veteran benefits from the increased revenue and salary cap she helps generate. The growth of the league has been undeniable. Arenas are selling out. 2 new teams are being added. The league is expanding toward 18 teams. Talent continues to improve at every level. Business is booming, and Clark understands the moment. The 2026 Indiana Fever season represents hope for a WNBA that embraces stars instead of tearing them down. Clark returns with more experience. Cunningham, Boston, and Mitchell return as co-stars. Chemistry builds. Fans buy season tickets. Trips to Indianapolis are planned. Clark's journey from Iowa to
down
NBC
is the best player to ever play this. Best
in less
player
than 3 years,
to ever play this.
he went from college
scoops it
superstar
up and in.
to WNBA rookie
Magnificent
to national television.
From beyond the arc.
Every step forward came
just
from
in
focusing
07,
on
09,
basketball
and
instead
in
of drama.
14.
She is number
She
one.
built
Pretty
bridges
comfortable
while
here.
others burned. Clark's NBC debut
Just gonna
proved
remind
she's not
everybody
just a
why she's the
future of
GOAT.
WNBA.
Spin
She's
receiver.
the present. The jealous veterans trying to hold her back are only
Times, and she's
exposing
in that
their
kind of a
own
groove.
relevance.
She's got
Every
gold
NBC
medals,
moment, every
unbelievable
MSG
three-point
appearance,
shooting.
and every fan
Diana
connection
Taurasi, a three for the lead.
The choice is simple.
For the
Support
work
the
that you
player
put in
growing
and,
the game,
you know.
or watch the old guard score.
Don't know.
The screen
Get
finds
ready
some
for
space
2026,
and delivers.
because
It's a
Clark and
triple.
the Fever are about to show what happens when talent meets opportunity. Are
It's
you
the best
excited
way to
see
kind of make
Caitlin
sure that
regularly
things don't
on NBC?
escalate.
Diana
Let me know
Taurasi.
in the comments. Like, subscribe,
My name is
and turn
Diana
on
Taurasi.
notifications
Every commercial,
so you don't miss what's
I run
next.
to the front yard.